Welcome to My The Asshole Podcast. Let's get into it. All right, today is a beautiful Sunday, and we're going to do something a little different. Well, not really different. We've done an episode like this before, but we don't do too many episodes like this. Usually we have a thread, then we do the announcements, and then we get into scenarios. But today, we're going to do all Patreon scenarios for you guys today, all right? So no thread for today, just Patreon scenarios. So let's get into our first one. Girlfriend cheating on me. I figured out her phone unlock. Oh, shit. Okay. I just figured out my girlfriend's phone unlock code because I had an idea she was cheating on me. She is. Oh, I'm looking to see if anyone knows how to quickly download an entire text message thread from one iPhone to another. I'm sure everyone here knows that people who cheat keep close tabs on their phone at all times, and I'll only have whatever time it takes to go to the bathroom, assuming she forgets to bring it, or some other brief time I'll have access. I've had a moment or two to look through her text, and I found out she's doing more than hanging out with one of her guy friends. I just need to know if they're sleeping together and how long it's been going on for some sense of closure. If anyone can help, it would appreciate it very much. Oh, damn, son. Ooh, I mean, you could do the ye old, screenshotting and sending it to yourself, but I guess she might catch that. Oh, damn. I mean, you could just, take a picture of her phone, you know what I mean? Like, take the picture, or have the phone and then take a picture with your phone. You could do that, too, you know? But yeah, that's going to be a pretty short one, ladies, in the comments. You're the FBI agents, so you tell us. Oh, man. Good luck on that one, brother. Am I wrong to be uncomfortable with my wife being friends with someone she used to fuck? Ooh. I actually met my wife through a friend, if that matters. We were together for a pretty long time before I even knew they slept together. But to her credit, she tearfully admitted to it when I asked her directly. Crocodile tears, all right. I asked because it always made me a bit uncomfortable with how giggly they were around each other. I also picked up some vibes that he was enjoying making me uncomfortable and jokingly putting me down in front of her. All of this combined made me not want to have anything more to do with him. I never pressured or forbade her from seeing him, but she could tell I was uncomfortable and sort of reluctant, stopped seeing him because of this dynamic. I do feel kind of bad for her losing a friend because of me. It's possible she has no feelings for him and just enjoys his company, but I feel more sure about him taking pleasure in making me feel comfortable. More sure about him taking pleasure and making me feel comfortable. Okay. This is years ago, and now she's apparently heard from a mutual friend how much he misses us. Yeah, right. According to him. And she's open to the idea of hanging out with him again. I don't think I have any right to oppose this, so I just said sure, but deep down this makes me feel uncomfortable. He's apparently single now too. What a coincidence. So that just adds to it. As it stands, I don't really want to meet this guy ever again since I felt he was being disrespectful, and I'm not interested in being friends with disrespectful people, but I'm also getting a bad feeling about them hanging out on their own while I'm just brooding at home. Do you think my feelings are valid, and what would you do in my situation? Oh, damn. That's a tough one, dude. I mean, it's a thing where it's like, I'm glad that you told her, you know what I mean? Like, hey, look, I feel uncomfortable about that. And then she also recognized that, like, oh, dang, yeah, he's feeling uncomfortable about it. And she actually did something about it instead of trying to make up excuses. Oh, but we're just friends. Oh, but da-da-da-da. Like, nah, because I even think deep down she even knows that he's still trying to fuck, like it's still there. You could tell, like once you've hooked up with somebody, even if you're just friends, it's like the chemistry is a little still there. And then the fact that they're all giggly and stuff like that is a little, in my opinion, as well. So I would, as the boyfriend, feel the same way. I'd be like, look, man, I already know you still trying to smash up on my girl. You know, you're single all of a sudden. So it's like, you definitely going to be trying to put the moves. And then I ain't trying to really get my girl caught up in a moment of weakness, if you will, where they go out, they have a good time, she has too much of a good time, gets drunk or gets talked into it or whatever the case may be, and then out of nowhere, you know, they end up smashing, and it's like, damn it, you know, then I gotta break up with you type shit. But I don't know, man. Personally, what I would do is trust her until she gives me a reason not to trust her. You know, I would tell her what it is. I'd be like, look, I don't want you hanging out with him. I really don't want you guys hanging out alone. I feel uncomfortable being around homeboy because I know he's trying to smash you, you know, but if you are so adamant about wanting to hang out with him, I'm going to trust you until you give me a reason not to, you know, and if she gives me that reason not to trust her, then she gives me that reason not to trust her. If everything stays copacetic, it stays copacetic. Now I understand, you know, you kind of look at it like, oh, but even if she does cheat, you'll never know. And it's just like, well, you know, that just kind of is what it is at that point. You know, because I know he's not going to break up with her. You know, I just know he's not going to do that. And so that's why I'm like, you can't even suggest something like that. I know that he's not going to enforce those boundaries, I guess, that heavily. So that's why I kind of look at it like, dude, you know, I guess trust her until you don't trust her anymore. You know what I mean? Or until you know some weird shit is going on, or until she starts acting different. You know, that's another thing too. So that's what I would do anyway. You know what I mean? And then if it's like I get to a point where I can't trust her, I just be like, peace and chicken grease. And she, you know, she'll be like, well, why are you breaking up with me? And it's just like, dude, I already told you, like, I don't like you hanging out with homeboy, but you insisted on hanging out with him, so go do your thing, you know? I don't know. You let me know in the comments what you would do, though, because that's a tough situation. It's a really tough one. Girlfriend wants kids, but not with me. Okay. Apologies in advance because this will be a long one. All right. At least she braced this. 32 female, and my now ex-girlfriend, 24 female, broke up yesterday. Oh, so this is two girls. We dated for 4 years, and we're both we're both of each other's same-sex relationship. Oh, first same-sex relationship. Okay. She and I were always on the same page for what our future looked like. Marriage, a couple kids. I proposed about a year ago, and since then, things have changed dramatically for her. She grew up very religious and struggled with the concept of two women being married and raising a baby together. She basically spent the year trying to convince herself that she didn't want kids and being with me would be enough for her. Last night, she told me she really wants babies. That isn't going to change, and she thinks we should break up. Oh, wow. I'm completely broken inside right now. I grew up religious as well, but I have always taken the stance that two women can raise children together. A hetero couple can be shit parents, and a gay couple can be great parents, and vice versa. I think it's more important that two good parents raise kids, regardless of their gender. Has anyone else been through something similar? I am really struggling because our relationship was fantastic outside of this one thing. I know kids is a huge deal, but it's hard to grieve and process a breakup that is ending like this. I feel like it would be so much easier if we argued all the time and hated something about each person. I don't know what her plan is moving forward. She has said she wants to get a non-Christian counselor and figure out why she feels this way. She said it seems really hard and she thinks a kid needs a dad. Ooh, okay. She says in her perfect world, she would be on her own for a year and come back to me after therapy, and I want to get married and have kids together, but I have been suggesting a therapist for 2 years. Her parents got divorced, and she really struggled with it, and she never did it so I have doubts that would actually happen. There is an 8-year-old gap. She is almost 25 and I'll be 33 in a few months. The age gap bothered me a lot when we first got together, but never bothered her. Context. We started as roommates, going to a nursing school together, became friends, and feelings developed naturally, and was very weird for both of us since we both dated men exclusively before this. I think if age has any bearing, it's more than she is younger and hasn't had a lot of experience outside of living with her parents before us. I had already gone to college and figured out my beliefs / reconciled the differences between mine and my parents' beliefs. Yeah, see, I don't think she really likes women like that. I think for you, you're all about the whole, lesbian life, and I don't think she is. I think for her, this was just I'm 25, I'm gonna have some fun, eat a little cooch here and there, you know what I mean? I really don't think that this relationship for her was a long-term thing. I think this relationship was let me have fun, I'm gonna enjoy this, and then when I'm ready for my future, I'm gonna have that future with a man. And I'm going to have kids with a man. I don't think she's actually full-on lesbianist. I think she is a little more like, she's probably bisexual, if you will, or she is just in an experimental stage or a having fun stage, if you will. I just don't think she looked at this relationship as a serious thing like you did. You are like, I'm about this. I like women's. I don't really like men. I want my future to be with this woman, all so on and so forth. But for her, I think she's kind of just like, this is fun and I like it and it's enjoyable for what it is, but I kind of want a man, and that's why you were the one to propose. That's why you're the one talking about kids. You're the one kind of talking about a future with her and getting her to talk about, what a future would look like and all that kind of stuff. I genuinely think that's the reason why you were the one to bring all this stuff up and not her. For her, this is just a have fun in the moment kind of thing. And then when her future comes, she wants a man. And then for you, you're like, I could see my future with this woman. I want to be with this girl, So, yeah. That's a tough one. It sucks, but I think it's for the best that you guys broke up. And I think you guys should stay broken up. And you let her go live her life with a man, and you find a woman that's kind of on your page. That's just kind of what that seems like. It sucks to say it, but yeah, I think it's best that you guys broke up, because she wasn't down for the lesbian marriage. She wasn't down for all that. That's why she sat there and was just like, oh, but I grew up religious and my parents' beliefs were always this, and I always saw myself with a man and kids, and and a kid should have a dad. So yeah, that's why she's making all them excuses. She wouldn't have all them excuses if she was actually down for this. Let's just be honest here. All right, on to our next one. Did my girlfriend cheat on me? I feel crazy and paranoid. All right, let's see if she cheated on you, man. Let's see if she
belongs to the streets
or not. Quickly, just apologize for somewhat incoherent and not formatted correctly. Currently shaking due to the stress. Okay. I won't include names, etc., but both me and my partner are 26 and have been together for ages. Years now. When I met her, okay, so this is a guy. All right, cool. I didn't know if this was the perspective of a guy or a girl. Like, I hope that they at least put that. You ain't got to use names, but at least be like, me female or me male. So at least I know who's speaking. All right, so it's a guy. When I met her, first few days, and we were getting to know each other, she had mentioned one of her male friends who she had gone to school with tried for a relationship with her. Nothing ever came of it, and she states nothing ever happened. I don't know about that.
Stop the cap.
Fast forward a few years, this guy friend of hers, and hold on. I suck at reading. I'm sorry. Fast forward a few years, this guy friend and her are now kicking it off messaging nightly. Okay, so they're off kicking it, messaging nightly. All right. Her notifications are turned off for Insta, and she has him placed on mute. I'm guessing this is so I would never see. One night, I found a condom wrapped lining with some BDSM rope in our bathroom and asked her where it came from, and she shrugged it off.
Bruh.
You don't know why that condom wrapping is in there and BDSM rope is in there? Girl, come on now.
Stop the cap.
Come on, you talking? That is crazy. Let's see. This is where I started paying closer attention to her to see if something's happening. A few days later, she's showing me some reels and accidentally opens her message with him. And he's essentially begging her for coffee multiple times and also calling her. I asked her why she didn't, pick up the call and what it was about. She immediately said he was an old school friend. Fortunately for me, I found out a few days later from a friend that he never went to her school. Oh, shit. I confronted her about this, and she said she wasn't lying or hiding anything. I asked if she had mentioned me at all to him, and she said she had, but couldn't find the message. Oh, no. Uh-oh. I asked if she had mentioned me, but she couldn't find the message. I asked her if anything was going on, and she called me insecure and crazy and claimed that I don't take any interest in her hobbies. She said she would stop and did for a few weeks until he messaged her again, and she told him I'm insecure and she can't speak with him. 2-ish months have passed and she deleted the message, unfollowed him on everything, but I can't help but think something happened. I have also just developed genital herpes, which I've never had. Yo! What do y'all think? I feel like something happened, but she's deleted everything, so there's no proof. Bro! Yeah, man.
She belongs to the street.
Oh, dude. You got to get out of there, brother. Damn, he gave her the herpes and then she gave it to you? Oh, brother. That means that they were having protected sex and a little BDSM action, and then it went to unprotected sex. And then I think it was a thing where she got the genital herpes from him and was just like, how dare you give me this, and that's probably what made her stop talking to him because of that situation. So she deleted everything, stopped talking to him, whatever. She was like, I'm just gonna stay with my man, and then she gave that shit to you. Oh, brother,
she belongs to the street.
You gotta get up out of there, man. God damn. Oh, she fucked up your life forever. Damn. Because, genital herpes is one of those things where it's like it stays dormant for a while, but it does have its flare-ups. And that is going to be detrimental when you meet like another girl or you get into another relationship, because now you kind of got to lead with that, especially if you guys are getting serious. You got to sit there and be like, oh, yeah, my ex, she gave me genital herpes. And a lot of girls are going to be like, oh, shit. Some girls are going to be like, what did he say? Goodbye. So it's like, she fucked you over, bro. I mean, if you want to stay with her, because of the whole genital herpes thing, and you're just like, hey, look, man, it is what it is. She the only girl that's probably going to accept me because of this whole situation we got going on. I mean, that's up to you, but whoo, yeah, man, nah, she was fucking that dude. It was a thing where they started having protected sex and then it got to unprotected. I think she stopped talking to him because of the fact that he gave her genital herpes, and then she in turn gave it to you. Oh, damn, son. I mean, the proof is in the pudding. I'm just going off of the information that he gave us. That's what it seems like was going on, because the condom wasn't his. So that tells you that they have unprotected sex, to the point where it's like, oh, we've been in this relationship long enough. We're comfortable with each other, so on and so forth. So we can have unprotected sex. So he's just like, why would there be a condom in here? We don't use condoms. The BDSM rope thing, he's probably like, we don't use rope. Like, what the fuck is going on here? So that kind of already tells you right there, that's how it started. And then with the whole fact that he got the genital herpaderps, most likely from her, that tells you that it turned into unprotected sex. And damn. Ooh. You guys let me know what you think about that one in the comments, because that one is fucking Jesus, brother. God. Oh, man, because he says, what do you think? I think you should get the fuck out of that relationship. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. And good luck with trying to find another girl, if I'm being honest with you, man. Damn. All right, on to our next one. Am I the asshole for going no contact with my mom after she had sex with my boyfriend? Yo. Oh, her boyfriend smashed her mom. All right. He's an 18 male. Me female, now ex. Oh wait, hold on. He 18 is my 18 female ex now. Okay. Obviously, but we were together when he cheated on me with her 42. Okay. Oh, I hate when people write it all super weird. Okay, so he's 18, she's 18, her mom is 42. The dude is now her ex, obviously. Okay, like, just write it out more simply. Jesus. This hurts even more because she was the one who encouraged me to ask him out. He and I have been best friends since we were 13. When we were 16, she told me to stop being afraid and pursue him. I found out their affair last week when I came home much earlier than I was expected. Professor was sick and canceled lecture. Caught them red-handed. Yo, she caught homeboy mid-stroke. Mom tried to apologize and said that she just wanted to feel young again. God damn, brother. Woo.
She belongs to the streets.
I still blocked her anyway. Now my grandparents are telling me I'm going too far, and that because she put a roof over my head and food in my mouth, I shouldn't cut her off entirely. They think I should go home and eventually forgive her. Oh, man. So am I the asshole? I mean, dude. Oh. I mean, you caught him mid-stroke. Like, if I'm being honest with you, it's just like, bro, if she willing to fuck one of, that dude, then she's willing to fuck your, other boyfriends. And I understand why you broke up with him, because you're like, oh, if you're willing to smash my mom, then you're willing to smash like other chicks. So I get that too. I mean, I don't think you should hate your mom forever. Eventually you should forgive her, but I get where you're coming from, and I get that you're hurt and upset at that, because that is a big thing where it's just like, bro, come on, man. Like, how the hell you gonna smash? But, oh, shit. I mean, she's pretty much just asking if she's the asshole for having no contact with her mom, regardless of the boyfriend and stuff. My thing is I simply think that, look, I get what happened. And that fucking sucks. You caught him mid-stroking your mom. I get it. But your mom apologized, for one. For two, it was a thing of like, she made a mistake. It happened, so on and so forth. I'm not saying you forgive her immediately, but I'm just saying eventually you should forgive her, because for one, you only get one mom in this world, and that's your mom, and she loves you regardless. And then two, it's like, she does deeply regret doing it. I don't think he deeply regrets doing it, man, because he was up in them sweet walls. He was like, oh, oh, mom, you trying to fuck? And she's just like, yeah. And he's like, just say less. So, yeah, I don't think he feels bad about it, but I know your mom feels bad about it, okay? So that's why I say, hey, you ain't got to forgive her now, but I say eventually, look into your heart, kind of forgive her a little bit and be like, hey, look, I know what happened. I know you're sorry about it. You know what I mean? Let's put this behind us and be tight again. Yeah, because I get it. You know what I mean? I'm sure that's a little trauma inducing too, seeing your man kind of mid-stroking your mom. Like, that's traumatic. Like, you think walking in like on your mom and dad doing it is traumatic. No, that is trauma. God damn, like, she got some trauma. She's gonna have some trust issues like crazy. I guarantee you the next dude that she gets with, he's gonna be like, oh, why haven't I met your parents? We've been together for 5 years. And she's like, oh, well, my mom's just a bit of a free spirit. Like, oh, hell no. She gonna try to suck that motherfucker off or something. Oh my God. All right, let's get on to our next one. How do I tell my manager I don't want to sleep with him? Oh, shit. My manager, 31 female, is hitting on me, 21 female. I am also attracted to him, okay, and he knows that, but he is married and also in charge of me at work, so obviously nothing can happen between us. However, this is making me uncomfortable to the point where I started having a panic attack just thinking about him. He tells me how hot I look and how he wants to foop me and do everything with me. I can't leave this job because I can't get a better pay someplace else. I can't afford to have a job that pays me less. I know he wants nothing but sex from me, and I could maybe look past the fact that he's my manager and sleep with him, but I can never look past the fact that he's married. I'm not a home wrecker. I think it's disgusting that he's doing this while having a wife at home. I have been feeling very anxious about going to work and just thinking about the whole situation in general. What is the best way to tell him I don't want any other relation besides what is work related and absolutely necessary? I am afraid if I do, that's going to make things weird at work, but I don't want anything is weird but I don't think anything is worse than what I feel right now. Oh, yeah, you're going to have to just be like bluntly honest with him, You really are. You're going to have to just be like, look, dude, I'm not going to fuck you. Like, you're married. You're my boss. Like, I don't want to do this. No. And the shit that you're saying is sexual harassment. And you know what I mean? Like, you might have to like go above his head type shit and, get HR involved and all that kind of stuff. I mean, I wouldn't get it involved right away, but just let him know that, hey, look, I'm not having sex with you. I don't want to do any of that stuff with you. And the fact that you're saying these things is sexual harassment. And I don't want to go to HR. I want to just tell you this so that way, we can just squash it here. There ain't no, craziness. I ain't got to take this nowhere, so on and so forth. And you're going to have to try that first. And honestly, if that doesn't work, you're going to have to just like on the sly record him saying some of this stuff and then play it for him and be like, dude, I don't want to go to HR with this. Please stop. Okay. You know what I mean? And it's because it's one of those things where it's like, if you have a conversation with him and he still doesn't stop, you're going to have like some physical evidence of it to just be like, look, man, to drive home your point of like, look, dude, I like you. We're cool. You know what I mean? I don't want to fuck up the work dynamic or nothing like that. But look, man, I will go to HR with this. Like, please stop. Like, and then if he's still persistent and pushy, then girl, you're going to have to go to HR with it. You're going to have to, deal with all that because that is sexual harassment. That's not cool. This was within the workplace and, it's very inappropriate, so on and so forth. So it's just like, you're really going to have to be bluntly honest with dude. Sucky to say, and it's sorry to say it, but yeah, because if you say nothing and you continue the way you're continuing, you're going to constantly feel anxious and, upset and this and that, and you're not going to want to go to work and you'll be calling off a lot and doing this and that. And it's only going to hurt you in the end. So you're going to have to just be honest. You're going to have to just tell him, and then like I said, if he ain't willing to hear you after telling him, then you record him saying these sexual harassment things, and then you let him hear that recording and let him know, hey man, look dude, I don't want to go to HR, but I will, if this continues. And then if he continues, you take that final step. But you gave him the warnings. You talked to him already. You were like, look, I told you this didn't have to go this far, but you let it go this far. So yeah, damn, that's a tough position. I hope, you do the best for you, And then hell, if you really a vindictive, chick, you could contact the wife and be like, yo, this is the recording of how your man is at work. Some girls are like that. Some girls be a little vindictive like that. But, I'm just saying, that's an option. All right, let's get on to our next one. Am I the asshole for yelling at my wife after she cheated on me and berated my child? Oh, shit. I, 32 male, have been with my wife, 38 female, for 13 years, married for 10. Wow. Okay. At the beginning, everything was great. It was like a happy ending of a romantic movie, but as time passed, she started to become a bit more distant and cold towards me and even at my 12-year-old child. So I've asked her what's wrong and why she is very cold towards me and my child. She just shrugs it off. Then one night, a message popped up on her phone saying, "What are you up to, honey?" And it was a guy called P. I don't know P. Uh-oh. So I checked her messages, and that's when I found out. Fast forward a couple of days, I confronted her about it, and she went bananas. Told me how I baby trapped her. No, miss, you did. She also told how I didn't love her, which is bullshit, because I gave her flowers every goddamn month. Goddamn, yeah. Anyway, as I was about to leave to get my child when she said, "Gonna pick up that loser daughter of yours?" No. And that's when I lost it and said some, which I won't say. Okay, he was probably just like, "You old boop, you mother boop boop, you mother boop, you boop." So, oh man. Goddamn. Things that were not great. After that, I left. Later in the evening, I talked to my daughter and asked has her mother said anything bad about her. She just started crying. At this point, this was the final straw. A couple of days ago, I started the divorce proceedings. So am I the asshole? Fuck no. I would divorce her bitch ass too. How the hell are you going to be cheating on me out here talking to some other dude, about how y'all gonna meet up and y'all gonna be like, and all this other shit. And then when I confront you about it, you want to sit there and say that I'm crazy and insecure and all this other bullshit when you're the one cheating, clearly and obviously. You out here backtracking like a motherfucker, backpedaling like, and then you want to sit there and be like, you're going to go pick up your loser daughter? Like, huh? I would have cussed her ass out too. Like, who the fuck do you think you are? Talking down to our daughter like that. Are you kidding me? That is ridiculous. Yeah, I'd divorce her ass too, man.
She belongs to the streets.
Fuck out of here, bro. That is messed up. No, you are not the asshole at all. Nah, man. She is way out of line. Like, I don't know where she got that from or who she thinks she is, because that is crazy. Now, I want to know, like, is it a thing that since she's older than you, does she make more money than you? Is like she the breadwinner kind of thing, so she doesn't really like respect you like that or respect you or your kid. Like, I would like a little more information about that, because those could be reasons why, but homeboy's talking about like, I bring her flowers all the time, tell her how I love her, blah, blah, blah. And then you want to sit there and say that like, I baby trapped you? Like, what? No. Like, how in the hell did I baby trap you, bro? Like, that makes no sense. Because when you look at it, it's like, I can't have the baby. You're the one that decides if the baby comes to term or not. I don't have that decision. Sure, I get you pregnant, but there are so many ways that you could have gotten rid of the child if you didn't want it so much. You know, like she's sitting there acting like he was the one that was like, no, you're going to have this kid. No, we're going to have this. Like, no, I guarantee you at the time that they got pregnant, they were happy to have that child. They were like, oh my God, we're pregnant. Yay. Oh my God, this is amazing. Blah, blah, blah. Like, how the hell did he baby trap you? That's crazy to me. I don't know. There's a lot that's like that, wasn't said that could lead to this, but I think it's maybe a thing where it's like she's older, so she doesn't really respect him like that, and then she may make more money than him, so she don't really respect him like that either, and that might what lead up to all this stuff. I don't know, but yeah, man, you should divorce her, because that's crazy. That's crazy that she's gonna sit there and be like, oh, you're gonna go pick up your loser daughter. Like, yo, that's maddening, man. Damn. All right, on to our next one. Am I overreacting to my friends' video game friends? Okay. Oh, to my husband. I'm sorry. Am I overreacting to my husband's video game friends? All right. My husband loves video games. Our constant fights over the years have been that he spends too much time. Okay. It is a very long story, but long story short, he has spent way too much time ERPing, erotic role playing. Okay. With a new group. Also, LSS, I clocked this one girl as way too clingy and dramatic, and I knew it would blow up in his face. This wasn't our first fight about all of this. 2 nights ago, I found things that made me want a divorce. Well, that messed up things in his game, and so it all came to a head with his online group tonight. I got to be a part of it all until he had to fill in other friends that were not a part of the drama. All the progress we made gone on the 2 minutes I asked to be a part of that too. All of the things I've asked for to be a part of this lifestyle I'll never truly understand, and then to tell me I can't see these parts because they are private. This isn't your therapist or an actual friend. We found common ground on the understanding that none of this is real. So to me, why can't I see all of it? Is that asking to see everything an overreaction, or should he have the privacy in this game? First off, what fucking game is this nigga playing where they have erotic roleplay? Like, okay. Like, what the fuck is going on? So does he have like a wife on this game, and that's what, and then the wife is like a real person and shit like that? I don't know. The fact that he's trying to keep it private, if you will, I low-key think that it started out as just, a little role play. They were having fun, da-da-da-da. And then I think the girl on the other end probably sent a PM and was just like, it ain't role play anymore for me. I actually really like you, and I think we should have a real relationship, da-da-da-da-da. It might make our role play better, and shit like that. And he was like, oh, okay, damn, I got me a wife and an internet girlfriend. Boy, I'm on top. I'm the man. I'm that guy. And so he was just like, say less. Yeah, we could definitely pursue a little real relationship. It enhances our role play, right? Yeah, it enhances the role play. It's all for the role play, girl. Don't worry about it. I got you, And it would be even crazier if the girl on the other end knew about the wife and was just like, but what about your wife? Oh, she don't gotta know. We can keep it pretty private. Oh, you know what I mean? Like, you see this a lot. If you've ever watched the TV show Catfish, you do see this a lot, where the girl or the guy, they'll have a relationship, but this online person that they were connected to or whatever, they are still in the like, what if, they're just like, damn, what would have happened? They're kind of regretting not taking it to the fullest or meeting that person. And so they're in a relationship, but they're still thinking about the other person. And it's kind of one of those things where it's like, this is how it is. And then maybe for him, he kind of looks at it like, this relationship is not real. It's just a thing where it's like, I talk to her and it enhances our role play, and, but it might be real for the girl. You never know. Because that's why I think it was a thing where they were erotic role playing, and then homegirl caught real feelings and told the dude, her husband, hey, I like you, I want us to pursue an actual relationship. He was gassed about it and was like, ooh, man, I got a wife and a girlfriend. I'm that guy, and he just went along with it. He's like, yeah, sure, why not? What's up? Because that nigga might have some folders of like, her in the nude. You never know. Like, there might be a lot going on. So, girl, you might have to do a little digging with this and kind of find out who this other person is on the other side, because I think there's a little more to this than he's leading on. The fact that a lot of it is private and, not to be said or whatever. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm getting that from. But I don't know. Are you overreacting to the friends or the video game friends or whatever? Nah, I don't think you are. Just the fact that he's keeping it very private and, there's some erotic role play going on. Man, I don't know. I don't know about that. I don't think you're overreacting, though. I think you need to look more into it. That's what I would say. All right. On to our next one. Lost interest in a guy and realized many things he has done, and now I'm mad. All right. What you mad about, girl? Let us know. I matched with a guy on Hinge. Everything was going well, and we sort of flirted with each other, exchanged numbers, and even had our first date, which also went pretty well. Bought me flowers, took me to a bookstore/museum, then headed to a cafe. We've also made immature, dirty jokes, but only to a little extent, and he's told me multiple times if he's making me uncomfortable, I'd let him know. We both go to different universities that are kind of far from each other. Anyways, both of us were really busy with our studies and insisted on finding the right times to meet up, but we continued to text each other as much as we could for a while. So fast forward a few weeks later, I come back from an event, I text him, we're having a normal conversation, and then the conversation slowly starts to get dry and even more dirty on his end. Oh, okay, all right. I am really surprised and amused that he is doing this, as I hadn't expected this before. But at the same time, I was so tired and it was 1 a.m. So I do give in to the dirty text messages a little bit as much as I could because 1, I'm tired. 2, I haven't been introduced to that kind of text before. I genuinely found it amusing and wasn't feeling uncomfortable. Then it was like this for the next 2 days and I didn't give in that much. And then it was the second day, and then he realizes he's coming off too strong. He proceeds to apologize over and over again. Though I didn't really feel uncomfortable, I was like, oh my God, okay, I forgive you. I didn't feel like he was overdoing it that much every time he texted me. Anyways, after that, we were good and we went back to normal texting, and we were both going at our own paces, super busy, all sorts of things, right? Even though everything was normal, I was starting to feel like I wasn't attracted to him anymore. I was busy with my own stuff, uni life, etc., and had reflected on how it's affected my relationship with him. I was getting some icks all of a sudden, and I was thinking because he's too sappy and corny. What? But another part of me was thinking maybe this ick will be gone, and could probably work out. Gone, and that it could probably work out. Okay. And then that's when I was getting them. 2 weeks later, after the entire apologizing, I get home from campus after a long day, and I am just taking care of myself because I'm tired as hell. Like, I did a home workout. I go to text him and then I tell him about my day. I told him I worked out, and all of a fucking sudden he made it dirty. Are you up for another workout? And mind you, I'm tired. I couldn't even tell he was texting dirty. At this point, I'm dodging everything he's saying and trying to ignore everything he's typing because I just want to talk about my day and have a genuine convo, but he is turning everything I type into smut nasty. I said that I was typing, and then he said, are you up for a little more than typing? He was talking about an event he's performing in, and then says he'll send videos to me because I can't make it to the event. I was super busy. And then I texted something very purely, and I shall receive. And then he texts back, I can also help you receive. And then I sarcastically text him to stop, even though deep down I meant it. And then he responds, wait, are you for real or are you playing? And then I said, I'm playing, but for now, stop. I'm going to sleep. And then he says that's understandable. And then he apologizes if he was coming on too strong. It's daylight the next day, and I get a text message from him apologizing to me about telling me what he did wrong after a heavy reflecting. And afterwards he says, it's just very late and I was falling in and out of sleep, but that's no excuse and I'm sorry regardless. Then why bring it up in the first place? Mind you, the guy would most of the time text past midnight. At some points he did text me during the daytime and always found a little weird. I am even joked about it on the date we had, and he told me his sleep schedule is just simply messed up, and that's totally fine, but I've been aware of the fact that most men past midnight that are talking to someone happen to be really weird. But anyways, after that happened that night, I was feeling very annoyed because he pulled this on me when I was tired and not in the mood to do all that. And then I forgave him and set my boundaries with him, and I understood my perspective. He understood my perspective, and he apologized again. At the point, nigga, why do you keep apologizing to this chick? Fuck. This guy, like, everything he does and everything she does. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh my God, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry. Like, bro, I can see why. I guarantee that's one of the icks. I fucking guarantee you. Like, nigga, you say sorry a lot, bro. God damn. A lot of times she's not even asking for you to apologize. You can just be like, oh, yeah, no, that's cool. No, I see. Okay, cool, I got you. You know, like, you don't have to be saying sorry all the fucking time. Like, god damn. But I got something for this nigga, though. Let's see. He understood my perspective and apologized again. At that point, I wanted to ghost him, and I had to keep an eye out for what he does if I were to not ghost him. Hold on. At that point, I wanted to ghost him, and I had to keep an eye out for what he does if I were to not ghost him. Okay. A part of me wanted to give him the benefit of the doubt, but I didn't feel like texting him at night because I was thinking, what if he pulls this again? I basically texted him saying that I'm going to be busy the next couple of weeks because of midterms, and he understands that. And the conversations we had the next 2 weeks were just really normal. But at that point, I was feeling interested as I was before now that I got a justified ick, and it felt like I was being forced to text him. I was reflecting on it those past couple of days, and I wanted to give him another chance, but I wasn't feeling it anymore. I even tried to get in the mood, but I was really busy with my stuff, and I was slowly losing interest, even though I genuinely enjoyed talking to him as much as he's fun to talk to. Okay. Then one day, after heavy reflecting, I finally came to that conclusion that I think I should just end it, but also ask him if he wanted to remain friends, if he's still comfortable with it. I texted him that night, and we haven't got into that conversation, and I try my best to match his energy, but have a normal conversation, and it works, but the conversation ends up being dirty on his end once again. It's basically a fucking sequel of that other event, but this time I'm replying back to them with some memes that make fun of horny people, like bonk, go to horny jail, and other memes. When someone types to me like that, I obviously don't know what to say. Once again, I am dodging the conversation. This MF starts to send really corny and dirty memes, and I'm dodging those too, but in the back of my mind I was like, oh, that's Oh, that's not. Okay. So basically, he was doing this shit all over again, and I really wanted to. Okay. All right. Look, man, this is a long fucking thing. Look, TLDR for this bitch, Jesus Christ, bro, is that homeboy, you don't like this guy very much. I can already tell. So, you met this guy on Hinge. You guys go on a date. Think he's pretty cool. You guys don't really see each other often because you guys have busy schedules. He trying to fuck. We already know that. And I think you know that too, because you're obviously dodging this shit for a reason. He's texting you at these odd hours at night. He's over here talking about, oh, you want to do another workout? Oh, I can give you some cardio, whatever, blah, 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 blah. I just think you don't like him that much, for one. Because if you did like him that much, you would kind of be giving in to the whole, sexy talk and all that kind of stuff, regardless if you were tired or not. All right, let's keep it on OP. If you actually really liked the guy, you would have been down. You'd have been like, oh, come over, you know what I mean, after I get home from school or whatever the case may be, and you guys would hang out and, you would do the tango, or do the vertical cardio. But it's just one of those things where it's like, you're staying in this relationship knowing that you don't like this guy that much. Like, you're literally talking yourself into staying like intimate with this guy. I guess you will. I don't know. I like, what do you want? That's what I want to know. Do you want a guy that you can just like vent to? Because, you clearly said, oh, I just wanted to talk about my day. I don't really care about anything else. So it's like, are you just looking for a dude friend? Like, has it got to a point where you're just like, I'm not attracted to him anymore. I don't really care to have a relationship with him anymore, but I want to keep him around. So what I'm going to do is, I'll just have this pseudo relationship with him where I can get value out of him in the sense of I could talk to him about my day and, whatever I got going on, blah, 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 but I don't give him sexual access in return. Because you don't need to be a fucking rocket science, or you don't need to be a super psychologist or, a psychiatrist, whatever. You don't need to know all this stuff to know homeboy's trying to fuck. Like, dude, he's trying to fuck. But the thing is you don't like him that much, but you're keeping him in this relationship for whatever reason. I don't know why. It was a thing where you're just like, nah, I'm not attracted to him anymore. I'm getting all these icks or whatever. And then you're just continuing to talk to him, and then you're trying to like justify it by like being tired and not in the mood and all this kind of stuff. And you're like, oh, but I'm trying to get in the mood, and, maybe I'll text him back. Oh, it feels like I'm forced to do it. Like, bro, let's take a little bit of accountability here and put a little onus on yourself, because all this shit that you're complaining about, you could easily just leave. You could easily just ghost homeboy and be done with it. If you don't like the way that, he's like talking horny and all this kind of stuff, and then he's like, oh, sorry, and he's doing this shit over and over and over again, and you don't like that, just leave. Goodbye. You act like this nigga, you see him every day. No, you don't. So just be on with it. Goodbye. Like, why in the hell are you keeping this dude around? What are you keeping him around for? That's just what I don't get. It's like, you're acting like he's forcing you to do all this stuff when you're forcing yourself to do all of this. And you had the audacity to sit there and be like, oh my God, he's doing all of this and I'm mad. Like, no, you did all of this. What do you mean? You could have left at any point in time in this little vicious cycle of him horny talking you, and then you dodging it, and then him saying sorry, and then him horny talking, and then you dodging it, and then him saying sorry, him horny talking, and then you dodging it. Like, bro, it's an obvious cycle, but you just stayed stuck in it. And you're like, oh, I'm not in the mood. I'm tired. Oh, it's an ick. Oh, I'm not attracted to him anymore. Oh, I feel like he's forcing me to talk to him. Like, bro, block that nigga's number and move on. Like, I don't get it. How in the hell are you going to sit there and blame him for you being, you willingly staying in this vicious cycle? Homeboy is like, I'm trying to fuck. Like, that's the point of it. And you know that. You're not stupid. You know he's trying to fuck because that's why you're dodging it. That's why you're sending the memes and that's why you're doing all this shit. You know it. And if you don't want to fuck him, then tell that nigga to kick rocks or ghost him. Oh my God, man. Dude, it's retarded. It is extremely retarded, man. You lost interest in this dude, but yet you stayed in that shit. That is the dumbest shit. And then you're over here talking about, oh, he forced me. It feels like he's forcing me to talk to him. No, bro. You saw what he wanted. You didn't want to give him what he wanted, which was the booty, which is fine. You don't have to have sex with him. That's fine. But if you're not trying to reciprocate his feelings and what he's trying to do and all that kind of stuff, why are you staying in that conversation? Like,
bruh,
ridiculous, dude. Nah, man, we moving on. That's ridiculous. Golly, you want to make that into like a long ass fucking story? Get out of here. All right, on to our next one. This one's gonna be our last scenario for today. Am I dumb for holding on to my virginity?
What?
All right. Let's see. So there was this guy who I, 22 female, had a slight crush on back in high school, whom I never shared eye contact with, let alone a conversation. Fast forward some years later, he messages me. After remembering who the fuck this dude was, I proceeded to be cordial with him and we caught up, I guess. Literally 10 minutes later, he comes the horny. Oh, okay. All right. I'm reading that verbatim. He comes the horny. All right. The conversation that took a hard left. Okay, she said, look. I think she meant took. The conversation took a hard left that little old virgin me was totally unprepared for. Small things about me. I've never dated. I've never been kissed, held hands, or really anything related to romance. The farthest thing I've gotten romantically was verbally. But that was totally vanilla. All this shit is brand freaking new to me. Now, me being stupid and angry over a failed situationship, when this dude offers to schedule a late night appointment, I actually accept. Oh no. For a few nights after that, he was messaging me asking what's up. But he was nowhere near disrespectful or pushy, just anxious to do some shit that I wasn't very keen to partake in off the rip. I got nervous and never got back to him. Plus, I let him know I'm in school and too focused to be messing around with any random people right now. I felt dumb after a while because what if that was my only chance at intimacy, but also conflicted over the fact that I did the right thing at my younger age, and that I'll have plenty of time for those things later. All right. Plus, that one tank in the bank. Wait, what? Okay, this boy in my DMs line kept replying in my head. Okay, all right. My main thing is, though, is it worth it to hold out and find the significant other to have a special moment with? Hold on. God. Is it worth it to hold out and find that significant other to have a special moment with anymore, or just follow the new norm and hook up with randoms, no dates or conventionally? Okay, so she's just pretty much asking the question, is she stupid for not getting fucked left and right in high school? And no, you're not stupid. It's not dumb for holding on to your virginity, especially as a girl. You know, because you got to understand, as a girl, holding on to your virginity is actually a good thing. Reason being is because it shows that you're looking for the right guy. You are looking for the guy that you actually want to have a future with. You're like, I ain't playing with all this bullshit and all these games. For a guy, though, holding on to his virginity is not good. For a guy, he kind of has to hook up with, some hoes and do all this and all that. Reason being is because, think about it like this. If a guy meets a girl and hit sex game's just trash. And let's be honest, ladies, 9 times out of 10, you're going to be like, damn, that dick game was weak. On to the next. Hey, let's be honest here. And that's how it is. There ain't nothing wrong with that. I ain't shaming you for that, but that just is what it is. And that's why, guys, we kind of got to be good at sex. That just is what it is. Now, are there some girls that will accept a virgin dude? Sure. They are, but they're very few and far between. Now, are there couples where it's like, the guy's a virgin and the girl's a virgin? Yeah, that happens too, but it's very few far in between. It's just the way it is. It's just one of those instances where it's very few far in between, and it sucks. The ideal thing is the guy has some competency and experience within sex, and the girl has very little. I'm not going to say she has to be a virgin all the fucking time. No, I'm just going to sit there and say, hey, guys just want a girl that has the least amount of sexual experiences. So the fact that you don't really have all these sexual experiences or romantical experiences, stuff like that, it's actually a good thing. Reason being is because when you meet that guy and you guys hold hands for the first time, it is going to be the most magical, sparking moment of your entire life. When you guys kiss, it's going to be like the 4th of July times 20 million. When you guys actually go on like certain dates where you guys go on trips and you do all that, and you're going to Disneyland. It could be something as small as that. Going to an amusement park with a boyfriend. You probably never have done that. But the fact that you're doing that for the first time with this guy, it's going to mean the world. Guys don't want girls with experience and who have done all this stuff because they don't really look at it as like a fun experience. They're just like, I've done this before. It's kind of fun. Oh, me and my ex used to do this before. And it's like, dude, really? You know what I mean? And that's sadly how girls look at it. They don't appreciate the things that the guy that they're with is doing because they've done it before. But when it's a first time experience, then it's like, oh my God, she's just ecstatic. She's like, my God, I can't wait to go to Disneyland with my man. Oh my God, I can't wait to go to this fancy restaurant with my man. I can't wait to go to the beach with my man. I mean, it could be something as simple as that, if I'm being honest with you. And that's the reason why guys enjoy women with the least amount of experience, because they're going to appreciate it that much more. And the fact that she, held on to her virginity and she hasn't really been courted like this and stuff like that, when she does meet that right guy, it is going to be great for her. And she is going to appreciate everything that guy does for her, whether it's buying her flowers, whether it's being a nice guy, it doesn't matter. She's going to love that. She's going to be so happy about that. So is it dumb for you to hold on to your virginity? Nah, it's not. And wait for that right dude. Do not get into the norms of just hooking up and doing, nah, man, fuck all that bullshit. Nah, fuck all that. That, I think, is probably the biggest societal lie ever, where people sit there and act like, oh, well, you need experience. Oh, well, you need that. No, guys need experience. Girls don't. Guys need experience. Because if our dick game is trash, the relationship don't happen. But if your pussy game is trash, we gonna stay. You know what I mean? You could be a fucking pillow princess. We gonna stay. Come on, man. You could be sitting there, trying to do doggy style with your back all arched, all weird and shit, and nigga gonna stay. Like, dude, you could know nothing about sex at all. You know what I mean? You could be like, oh, I've never sucked a penis before. He's gonna be like, it's all good, girl. You gonna learn today, But if a dude doesn't know how to play the DJ hero right, or, he doesn't know how to, touch you in the right places to make you feel good or whatever, and you're not gonna see that guy again. You're gonna be like, piece of chicken grease, I'm gonna get a guy that knows what he's doing in the bedroom. That's just the way it is. We got to come to reality on that shit. And the reality is guys have to have that experience and girls don't need to. And so the fact that, you're told, oh, get out there, girl, have as many experiences as possible, do all this, do all that. It's a lie. That is a lie. Because when you do it with your man, you ain't going to appreciate it. That just is what it is. But that's going to be it for me today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed all the scenarios. Let me know in the comments what you think about some of these scenarios, man. I didn't even get into the announcement, so we're going to do it now here at the end of the show. If you made it to the end of the show, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Love you guys. Patreon.com/Am I the Asshole Podcast. If you'd like to get an exclusive episode every single Friday, as well as being able to send in your scenarios like these people did to the show. And TikTok, Instagram for the clips. If you guys on TikTok, we're killing it over there, man. We're ever so close to the midway point of my goal of hitting 10K. We're almost at 5K, so we're almost there. So get on there, tap in with your boy, get in those comments. I'm always in the comments. I love to hear you guys' opinions and points and thoughts on the scenarios and threads that we cover here on the show. YouTube.com/Am I the Asshole Podcast. Am I the Asshole Podcast, all one word, or go to the link tree and then click on YouTube. Go over there, subscribe. That helps out a lot. Even if you don't watch on YouTube, subscribing helps. That's all I'm asking for, a subscribble. All right. But I think that's going to be it. I love you guys and peace.